but I'm gonna tell you a story today. I built my first business out of grief. It wasn't planned, it wasn't perfect, but it had to happen. After my brother died, I was drowning in pain. I was lost. I tried so many times to destroy myself, but something wouldn't let me. So I chose to turn that pain into something meaningful, to make an impact, to create change instead of hurt myself. At that point, I was clueless as to how many young people lost their lives due to mental health struggles every day. I had been so wrapped up in my own family's fight to keep my brother alive and my own personal fight to not self-destruct. If you ever lost somebody, you completely lose yourself. So when I was able to finally look up from the pain, I realized how messed up our medical system really is. People don't need basic therapy. They don't need judgment or someone that doesn't understand them or has never even lived what they've experienced. They need safety and authentic healing. So, believe me, if you've been to therapy, there's a big difference between cookie cutter therapy and real therapy. So I made a decision. If this kind of healing did not exist, I was going to create it. So that's what I did. I didn't have a fancy business degree. I didn't have investors. I didn't even have much money. I took every penny I owned and put it into this. I didn't even know the rules on how to create a business. I had no clue at all what I was doing. All I had was a fire and a mission that was bigger than my fear. So today, I'm here, standing not just as a therapist, not just as a businesswoman, but as a trailblazer, a grieving sister, a single mother, a woman who broke all the rules they told her to follow and built multiple companies without the know-how or a safety net. Because elevate is not just a word, it's a way of life. However, before you elevate your brand, your bottom line, or your business, you must elevate your identity. I see so many women every single day doubting themselves. They say, I'm not ready yet. I don't know enough. What if I don't make any money? How many of y'all said that? I used to be one of those women. But from the moment that the fire was lit, there was no turning back. I had no choice but to be successful. I put every penny into this business. So I learned the hard way. I fell on my face so many times, but the fear, it never stopped me. I fell, I got up, I learned, and I kept moving forward. No matter how expensive or how embarrassing the fall was. When I started Aravia, there wasn't a manual for taking nothing and turning it into something. I figured it out, piece by piece, with the help of my good friend, Google. Each risk I took, each decision that I made, it was honoring who I was becoming. It was shaping me, little by little. Not into someone else's version of success, but into the woman I was always meant to be. One thing that accelerated my growth and saved my sanity was mentorship. I was scared to reach out at first. I had been doing it alone for so long, and I never really had a great history asking for help, especially with women. Some of y'all can probably relate. They either wanted to be me or they wanted to be better than me. But if you don't ask, you'll never know. And I was tired of doing it alone and learning the hard way. When I found my sisters, I realized the right mentors, they don't just open doors. They guide you, they uplift you, and they remind you that you are worthy of walking through them. I've mentored women who didn't think they could succeed, women who were scared to dream too big, women who thought they had to have it all perfect before they even began. But it's not about having it all together. It's about having the courage to start. We build as we climb, and we turn around, and we lift each other as we rise. Nobody builds alone in true mentorship. We built this with community. We built it with faith. We built it with people who believed in the mission before it even fully existed. Networking is so much more than I thought it was. It is about true alignment. Your network should feel like a circle of elevation, a group where everyone rises together and no one is left behind. Because we aren't here to compete with each other. We are here to build together. But the thing you're building, it cannot grow in chaos. Passion without systems, it leads to exhaustion. I know because I lived it. When I first started, I was everything. The receptionist, the handyman, the billing department, the therapist, the marketing team, the CEO, and then I'd go home and I had to be the mom. So, how many of y'all have done that or are still doing it today? I know I'm not the only one. Yes. But let's be honest. Being a boss, that's not being a boss, right? It's being overwhelmed and exhausted. Burnout, it is not a badge of honor. I didn't risk everything to continue falling on my face. So here's what I learned. Automate what you repeat. Templates and workflows are your best friends. Track your money like your future depends on it, because it does. So stop telling yourself you don't know anything about numbers. Hire someone, learn it, own it. Document your systems. If someone had to step in tomorrow, could they run your business? It should outlive you. Use scheduling tools. Your brain is meant to dream, not juggle a million reminders. Systems are for women like us, the dreamers, the builders, the visionaries, who want to turn our passions into freedom. We didn't start these businesses to hustle harder, because hustling is not glamorous. Freedom is. Freedom to live better, freedom to stress less, and give back more. Everything I do today is for the little girl in me who thought she had to stay silent and hide to stay safe. For the woman that I'm still becoming, every day stronger and every day wiser. And for all of the women today watching me right now who don't yet realize how powerful they truly are. Elevating your business is beautiful. Elevating your identity, your voice, your dreams, that's revolutionary. So I'm asking you this. Don't just build a business, build a life worth living. And don't just make money, make meaning in everything you do. And remember this, don't just elevate yourself. Elevate the woman next to you. Elevate the woman inside of you who's been waiting for you to say yes. And let's elevate the women coming up behind us. Because let's face it, ladies, we're stronger in numbers. And to truly elevate, we must join forces. Thank you.